Good afternoon, folks. Thanks for being here. Let me also thank the Devil Pup organization, Rich, and all that they do. This is an important program, and we know that the Board of Trustees and the entire organization are really what brings us together to make it happen. I also want to thank and point out the tremendous role models and examples that your sons and daughters have had working with them over the last 10 days. These young Marines and a few sailors who have set such positive examples. They're a good reminder to all of us of the importance of having a role model and a good positive example at a young age in our young lives. And I also want to thank the parents and the families that are here for allowing the Marine Corps to have control of your son or daughter over the last 10 days and being able to put our imprint on them. There's a saying in the recruiting business, and I'm not saying we're here to recruit your son or daughter, but when you recruit a Marine, you recruit a family. And so just like behind every Marine is a family, we know that behind every Devil Pup out here is a family. And now to the Devil Pups. I'm not going to preach to you or give you a lot of advice, but I do want to talk to you for a couple of minutes about service. There's a popular movie out recently called 42, maybe some of you have seen it, about Jackie Robinson, the first African-American professional baseball player in the United States. What the movie doesn't tell you is that on his gravestone, he's buried in Cypress Hill Cemetery, New York City. On his gravestone, the epitaph reads, "A life is not important except for the impact it has on other lives." Now, I'm not talking about service in the military necessarily, although I certainly encourage and hope that you will consider joining the Marine Corps or joining the military or the fire department or police department. But I'm talking about something bigger, beyond just the general concept of service, the service to others. It could be service in your community, it could be service to those who are less fortunate, or service in uniform as part of your nation's military and uniformed services. Now, I want to commend each and every one of you for spending the last 10 days out here where you could have just as easily spent it on a couch playing video games, getting sunburned in a pool somewhere, and avoiding or taking it easy and avoiding the challenge and the reward that comes from doing something beyond yourself, from striving to achieve. See, this world's got enough people who are concerned just with themselves and are concerned with material values. And what we need is young folks like you who are willing to work hard every day, who are willing to play every day like it's fourth and goal. Now, I know over the last 10 days you learned a lot about values while you were here. You learned a lot about leadership, and you learned a lot about service. You learned about teamwork. You learn that people can come from different backgrounds and different parts of the state, have different experiences, and they can work together in an unselfish environment. You probably learned something about the person on your left and your right. You may have made some friends while you were here. And you learned that you can think differently if you learn to look at things through their eyes, not just your own. You also learned that to be part of a team means you give 100% toward the team's goal, not necessarily your own personal individual goal, and anything less than that hurts the team. You also probably learned about determination, right? Some of you ran further, faster, hiked up some of these hills up here, got less sleep than you ever thought you would. And you did it because you had determination, and you didn't quit. Hard work in this world is not to be avoided. In fact, most things in life most things that are worth achieving require hard work. You probably also learned about integrity, right? Basically, honesty. And no team will long survive if people in it lie, cheat, or steal. And so you want to avoid having your life defined by those kinds of things. Now, when you try and achieve these aspirations, try and live up to these traits I just described, it's not always easy. Sometimes you're going to get bumped and scraped and scratched up when you do it, when you try and attain that. And you may fall short personally sometimes. That's okay, none of us is perfect. But when you aspire toward these greater traits and attributes, you'll experience the most personal satisfaction and the most personal growth. There's an old rock band out there long before you all were born. Parents probably know about it. Well, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and they wrote a song. They wrote many songs actually. But one of the lines in their songs goes like this: "You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by." So as you grow up, chart your own future, prepare to go on the road, go out on your own, ask yourself this question: what will your code be? You'll need a code. You'll need a code to live by. And it's that code of service and leadership that I just spoke about that embodies those traits of determination, teamwork, and integrity that will give you the most reward and satisfaction. And more importantly, living for something bigger than yourself will have the most impact on others' lives. So Devil Pups, I congratulate you for coming out here to spend the last 10 days. I know that you've all learned the way you ran throughout country, vault over the bleachers or vault over me or run me over. But certainly have a lot of motivation. And these young sergeants and corporals and Marines who have been out here leading you have set that example for you over the last 10 days. An example of a code of service and leadership. So I encourage you to carry it forward wherever you go in life. Congratulations. Thank you.